Did you watch the opening, or were you in attendance? I'd be interested in knowing. Were you in attendance today? In the description of this video, you will see another link to another review of what happened today at Grace Community Church. You can go click on that, in which you will get a more in-depth view of what happened to John MacArthur at Grace Community Church today. That will be linked in the description of this video. First thing in the description of this video is a link to go and watch a more in-depth review at my website, btwnnews.org. Were you in attendance today? I'd be interested in knowing your take on what happened today, because I didn't see it. I didn't see what happened in the crowd, and I would be interested in knowing. So I will be interested in reading your comments in the YouTube thread here on YouTube. The most bizarre Grace Community Church service opening I've ever seen happened today. Today is January 30th, 2022. My name's Tim, the BTWN guy. We do a lot of things here at BTWN News, and one that I enjoy the most is giving you a brief update and overview of Pastor John MacArthur's sermons each week, because he is so culturally relevant and right on biblically, and having a big impact worldwide. And we like to talk about that here. So today, during the opening, wow, my jaw was dropping, because the first thing they did is he gave a exciting announcement about Grace Community Church is now going to have a school which is going to be a private / home school. They're going to start that, and I'll be showing you their survey and their bulletin announcement about this later on in this particular video. And I'll be telling you when they believe they're going to start the new Grace Academy. So that is big news if you're within distance of Grace Community Church. And they also talked about having more than one location. So who knows what that impact may be. And then Pastor John, in making note of... stay tuned, because it's going to get even more bizarre. Actually, it's not bizarre yet. It's exciting right now with the announcement about the school. That's exciting. But then Pastor John went on to share the logic of why they want to have a private school. And it's to protect the children. And it's going to be part homeschool and part, what was the word he said? You'll have to click on the link in the description of this video. But it's not. He didn't say in person. He said formal education, formal teaching, and it's going to be partly formal teaching and partly homeschool. And it's going to be just the right percentage of each, so that the government can have nothing to say about what you teach. And I don't think I was reading too much into it, but Pastor John started talking about COVID vaccines and how we need to protect our children. So one of the reasons that's motivating them having their own private school is to protect children from government mandates of vaccines. I believe that that's true. Weigh in. If you've got more information than me, send me an email at btwnnews@gmail.com or comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And then, this is when it got bizarre. After Pastor John shares a shocking COVID statistic, he referenced an article, and YouTube listeners right now, YouTube censors right now, I am not advocating this. I am just telling you what the man said. So please do not take this video down. Pastor John quoted a recent study from the UK, in which I'm going to share with you in just a little bit, where children who have been vaccinated, I'm only quoting the man. Pastor John said that children who have been vaccinated twice are 52 times more likely to die than children who have not been vaccinated. I believe what Pastor John was trying to say is that they're 52%, not percent, 52 times more likely to die from COVID than children who have not been vaccinated. That is what Pastor John said. That he was quoting an article. I'll share that with you in a moment. If you can't wait, link is in the description of this video. Actually, the link is in the description of this video. So after Pastor John shares this statistic, a heckler gets up. I suppose he got up. The audiovisual guys never showed us the heckler, but somebody starts heckling Pastor John. That's always entertaining, and it's always interesting to see how Pastor John handles it. So he shares this statistic. There's a heckler. Pastor John pauses, and from what I was watching, there was a woman who yelled out, "Thank you, Pastor John," or something like that. And then the crowd started clapping. And then after the crowd stopped clapping, I believe we could hear the heckler again. And then Pastor John said, let me quote him, "I'm going to do the preaching. No, I'm going to be the preacher, okay?" And then, of course, the crowd started clapping again. And when they did show a wide shot of the audience, you could see some of the ushers, perhaps ushers/security folks, moving about, because they do remove hecklers quite quickly there at Grace Community Church. And then, so, it's bizarre to have a heckler. It's great to have this great announcement. And then after, and in the midst of this heckler, a light starts flashing from the ceiling. And Pastor John looks up, and that's where we get, that's where we get this snapshot of Pastor John looking up. He says, "Someone's winking at me," because there's a light that was, you could see it. The lighting was off. It was off and on and off and on. And it was just so bizarre. It was so bizarre. And the neat thing about it is to watch Pastor John and thousands of people before him. He's got a heckler. He's got lighting issues, and he's got all this going on, and didn't faze him a bit. Calm as can be. 80 plus years old, 50 plus years of the ministry, didn't faze him in the least. The most bizarre Grace Community Church opening that I've ever seen. Lots of interesting things. There was a secondary announcement too, which I don't know if it's new, but Pastor John is writing a book. He's writing a book on children. I forget the name of it. Let's see my notes here. The War on Children. I think it's The War on Children, the book that he's writing right now. So that'll be coming out, I'm sure, within the next 6 months to a year. So two announcements, one huge announcement about the homeschooling. Hey, let me show you the bulletin. This is the church bulletin, which is epic every week. And part of this down here in the church bulletin is this area right here, which Pastor John talked about, school interest survey. And it reads, "In our ongoing efforts to serve the families of our church, we are making plans to launch a school this fall. The school will be an affordable hybrid between private and homeschooling education. If you're interested in potentially enrolling your children in the 2022 fall semester, please indicate your interest at gracechurch.org/school survey, or you can point your cell phone at that right there. And this will pop up. See, I did it. You can actually point your cell phone at that thing, and this will happen. First thing, school interest survey. In our ongoing efforts to serve the families of our church, we are making plans to launch a school this fall. The school will be an affordable hybrid between private, same things, same thing I just read. There's put in your name and address, And they want to know how old your children are, what grades they're in, how many you have, and where they're going to school now, and then any questions or comments. So that is that. And the other thing I said I would show you is this link in the description. This is the, let me just tell you what it is. I'm not advocating this, YouTube. I'm just saying it's out there. Link in the description if you want to read this. Official data shows children are up to 52 times more likely to die following COVID-19 vaccination than unvaccinated children, and the ONS is trying to hide it. This is an article written, which I am simply informing people that it has been written, and you can go read it yourself. If you don't know what the ONS is, like I didn't know what the ONS is, it's the Office for National Statistics. I believe that's part of the UK. I have not read through that. Pastor John did, and he talked about it. He mentioned it from the pulpit today during what, in my opinion, was the most bizarre Grace Community Church service opening ever. What do you think? Comment below. Thanks for tuning in. The link to watch my more in-depth review of this bizarre opening in the description of this video. I encourage you to go watch that and see it for yourself. Till next video, may God bless each and every one of you. Thank you. See ya.